a little ill, and he is recovering right now, and so he will not be joining us today. However, we do have a couple of things that we can queue up here, talk through a little bit, and if I can convince Umka and Boogie to show up, then we can have them join us as well. But what I did want to quickly share was on that community announcement, a pretty neat thing that we have going, which is I guess it's the super optimized, and I'm going to drop it here, and then I'm going to see if I could pull it up. But yeah, this goes to show, hey, Valiant, if you have anything to tease us with, please do send it our way. We'd be happy to take it. And then also interested to hear how your NFC, I think it was NFC, Lisbon went. So if you can give us some insights on that, you drop it down there. He's the Raptor Wrangler. That's right. But I did want to show you some very neat thing that Vox had shared. This is all done with one draw call, a single texture, and you can see all this movement and flashy stuff there. And so he dropped the hype here as well somewhere, and I guess I should look for the hype. But just to show you kind of how interesting that you can build very complex, intricate, I call this interactive, but it's really like animated. And it's a single draw call, which is pretty wild. Yeah, to me, it feels like it's like just a single action that and the computer can just render this in one big click, right? When the CPU cycles, it does that stuff. What I do know about draw calls is that if you have way too many of them, your entire experience breaks down and becomes less than ideal for humans to enjoy. And so less draw calls means better performing worlds, which means you can do more stuff in the world and get the user to interact with more and see more. And so, oh, hello, Fractilians. Oh, I see Umka and Dr. Doge. If you guys want to talk, you can come up. I'll bring you up. Dr. Doge, you can talk about data tied alien if you'd like. You can tell us about your updates on the weather day-night system. But yes, what I wanted to show out of here, let me see if I can share it here on the screen. And so what makes this super cool is that, oh, what? Okay, there we go. Oh, I am terrible at the sharing stuff. So you can see here, if I could get this. So that thing that we were seeing moving around and making all those flashing lights and whatnot is embedded in here. So he was doing some UV scrolling magic to make it look animated, but it's technically just scrolling, which the CPU apparently handles much better. So if you folks are interested in that, he has shared the script, I believe, and Hero P did some cool stuff and tweaks to it. And so the script is here, and I hope that they threw that onto the hype. Let me throw this into the all hypes. All hypes there, and see if they put anything else there. Quick call out that we do have a GitHub for directory, a GitHub directory for hypes, so you folks can start contributing to that. And as Boogie mentioned, I think, I forgot exactly when he mentioned it, but we now have like 3 different places you can find hype files. You can find them in, I'm trying to search here if it's here or not. But yeah, you could find hype files in your all Hyperworld marketplace. You can find them in the all hypes, in the Hyperworld host place, soon the marketplace, and then also the, I think, we have more. We have like an app where you can download things from inside the world. So let me see what you folks are saying here. Yes, there it is on the chat there. And so so how do you pronounce that? Is it just squiggly line dash home or home dash home / home? All right, we'll do it. That's much easier on my brain. So yeah, for folks that had joined, Ash is out today, and so he'll be back next week. This will be a little bit shorter session. I will talk through a couple of the things that I saw in the Discord and on X as well. And talking about X, we have Lastrom, who gave us a tease of his platform, of the Forge and what's coming down the pipeline there. He even listed some stuff here, so stay tuned there. He's going to drop something on us soon, and it'll help with cross-world activities. I think I'm most excited for the pizza delivery and activities related to pizza. Combine that with the Hyperfizz, and I think we're gonna have a good digital fast food ecosystem. So, Dr. Doge, tell us about the latest in the West world.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, give the Pizza DAO reality.
Oh yeah, nah, Pizza DAO for the win.
Can you
yeah, okay, there we go. Now I was having a little bit of issues.
Yeah,
all right, perfect. Not too much.
I cannot hear anybody.
Oh,
okay.
Maximus can't hear us.
Output device. Okay. Can you hear me, Dr. Doge?
Yep, I can hear you.
I can hear you now. I am so sorry if you were talking or Fractilians was talking. I am so sorry. I was just ignoring you folks and blabbing on. Hey, thanks for making it up here, Dr. Doge. Can you talk about Tatted Alien? I guess I could just jump in there as well.
Indeed, yeah, I can do that. I've done some updates, not too really much lately. I mean, I've updated the day and night, kind of got it to where you can swap out the different textures throughout the actual time cycle. A lot more with the weather, just kind of optimizing, building stuff like this. A couple of the camera systems, things like this set in. It might take a minute for you to hop in. I know people have been having some issues. I could share my screen too if needed, but yeah, it's got a few new things there going in, but nothing too major.
Yeah, let's share the screen. Go ahead, you share the screen, and I'll eventually load in and start hanging out, feeling things from the various NPCs that you got running around.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah. And so something I noticed in terms of the day-night cycle is it like a gradient, that kind of shifts between the different images, or do you have to basically define, hey, this is the night, this is the evening texture, or kind of
yeah, so I've got two of them running. It's kind of a little bit of somewhat along that nature here. Here we go. Let me see. There we go. Is it up? It's popped up. Perfect. All right. Let me come over here. So it uses the HDR as well, just for the lighting, as the normal one would, like the normal skybox. Obviously, I've got a little bit more into it with the auto cycle. So essentially, when it's turned on, you can dictate the speed. I haven't added it to the configs yet, but basically you can put in coordinates, right, to where you'd want it to be, and it will match the actual sun's rotation and the moon's, the lighting for that location in the world to yours in here in the world. I have it set up for the Mojave at the moment, but basically, let's see here, for testing purposes, you can kind of see the time as it goes.
When you say location, are you literally saying like what it is in Mojave Desert?
Yeah, like the locations, like latitude, longitude, stuff like that. Yeah. for that location, and so it will actually bring up the correct path and trajectory for the sun and the moon and everything like that from there to pull it in. And then as you see, like, it's kind of fast there. I'll slow it down in a second and get where you can see the time. So in between 5 and 7 p.m. and a.m. is when the sun, it'll start to like fade in and go into the next one. Works pretty smooth too. You can put it on. I've got the different weathers, so if I turn that on, it's pretty optimized to where even with multiple you might have to hit control shift R for balls. I think somebody just typed that into the chat there. Yeah, I have been having that issue too as well sometimes, where it gets stuck on that. I don't know if it's preloading issues, something in there. Might just need a world clean on it, but yeah, essentially. So this is kind of what's been added in. A few new different camera types as well. 3.7. Let me see here. I'm cooking up a little bit over there. We got the gang at the house. We're kind of in the garage, you know. Shout out, yo, Quantity down there, Amka, yo, Co, everybody. I see everybody. Nice. What else we got? You might notice these over here as well. This is kind of some spheres we talked about a little bit last week. Basically trigger areas. And so now I've got this one set up to where there's a camera on the death claw. So sometimes you might not know exactly where the predator is in the world. You gotta go check them out. Make sure the area is clear. But different ones could be triggered for different things. What is this? Like this one's here. The camera I've got to follow. Kind of going in. But yeah, like I said, nothing major really since then, besides really just the optimizing. When Ash dropped the occlusion pipeline, we tried that one for a good little bit, and it worked, but then when he dropped it back on dev, we popped it over, and it was still running pretty smooth. Under about 8 CPU right now, 9 GPU, 75 FPS. It's locked, so yeah. It's Ash's updates on that. He's done a good job so far on performance-wise. But
and then the occlusion work because do you have like a lot of objects like in different areas? Because I feel like this is an open space.
Yeah, this here being more of an open space, that part didn't have too much of an effect. Kind of like when you're over here inside of like the saloon or stuff, or if you're around here and kind of the mountains are blocking other stuff, if I'm on the other side by there, it did make a little bit of a performance, but not as much as it did in some of the other worlds and stuff that we're working on. I mean, like a drastic, yeah, you could notice improvements, but like I said, this one is kind of open area more, a lot of stuff. Some things has LODs on it, some things I don't have them on. But for the most part, yeah, bringing down texture sizes, putting the web keys and a lot of stuff, just kind of really getting it down helped a good bit. Let's see, what is it running in the browser now? Let's see, 1 gig in the browser for the whole entire world. I mean, I've got multiple of the portals. I've got several of the weapons going down, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of the occlusion being something that is dynamic. Like it depends on where you are in the world where you get a performance boost or not. So I guess from a design perspective, that it makes it I kind of assumed like, oh, if you're in a city world, you're going to turn on occlusion. If you're in an open space, do that. But it really depends on what your experiences are.
You're looking at, what's behind it, other things exactly. Like it can go both ways. Yep. Well, the sun did one a little bit. Let me get up here. I'll kind of give you an idea of, let me see. Well, now with the shadows on it, let me see. So if you turn off just occlusion in general going on, you'll only notice it a little bit in the shadows as well. Just that post-processing for that alone. But when it comes to the actual hiding and stuff, being on this one now in dev, it doesn't have as much of an effect as it was on that rendered pipeline they had out. But we're getting there. Not a full experience yet, but it's pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it. think y'all are gonna be pretty stoked though for what's coming Saturday. We got a little party, little something cooking up. I'm not authorized to show anything or talk about it though. I'll probably I'd get exiled. I don't know. Naira Chrome's gonna come after me though. I'm not trying to have this, but yes indeed.
In terms of going back to that weather thing, and now I'm getting into the details, weeds here. Is that based on like an API you're calling out to get, hey, what is the sun location, or is it like an algorithm that you?
The weather at the moment's not. So the weather's not tied into it. Pretty much just basically the location.
Sorry.
And no, you're good. I was working on having basically just in here different triggers for the weather. So if you go through one area, it might trigger a dust storm or something. Once you go through a different one, it triggers a different part of the weather. So at the moment, that's pretty much just I can have on now, whether it's random, and it'll kind of cycle through different ones. You can see here, like on the UI, I've got it. It'll tell you weather type there if I wanted to put it on. Go into here, now it's cloudy, low radiation. You could turn it off and just go through. Slant storms, visibility.
And those are distinct like little like scripts within modules within your script?
Within it, yeah, basically, yeah, within one. So this is kind of one of the bigger ones I've had. It's about 2,000 or so lines. But it is pretty much kind of an all-in-one. Down to the sense of, let me see, I can go through, modify even to where, let's see here, we get the sun colors, let me see, let me get some good, I need the options, I need to add these two now that I'm looking at it, updating to where it's the drop downs. Where is it at here? I think it's one of these, it should change it up. We're turn it off.
The weather type changes your configuration?
Yeah, the weather type would change out. So like right now it's kind of a dust storm. You'll see kind of little particles, little off the wall there. But it also changes like the fall color, the sun color, everything else that's in the world. Kind of a little bit based off of it. It's a little hard to see now, but yeah.
And then in terms of people finding this, I noticed, I looked around in the all hypes and didn't see it there. Is it?
Yeah, I gotta drop it in there. I'll drop it here in just a minute. Yep. We'll go through and get it updated again, renamed and put it in there in the all hypes. I didn't even think about that last night when I dropped it in the video. Yeah. But pretty much, yeah, I mean, that's about it.
Yeah.
As far as tatted goes.
Appreciate that.
Not a problem.
And then,
for having me up.
By any chance, since I have you up now, you're in the hot seat now. Can you tell me what like notification toasts are? What they do? And so, Boogie posted this, and I'm like, oh, it's chat bubbles. And then I noticed that it's actually when somebody is logging off or like when their browser gets reset, it posts like a note or notification. I'm curious if you or Umka, if Umka can come up and speak, like what is, I would have sworn that was something that Hyperfy already had, was a toast thing, but basically, let me zoom in here. So essentially, like when a person resets here, in a moment.
Let's see. This is one of those magic ones. It'd be bogey and Omka's been working
I'm curious. Is that? Oh, you know what? I just noticed. This is not a browser. This is something else. Is that what makes it like interesting here? Because is this an app?
No, that's some magic there. That's some welcome, Omka.
All right. Hey, Omka.
You can open Brave. You can open Brave as an app, and that's what the right.
Yeah.
It's still a browser. It's just clean. It's two local hosts open side to side. That's all it is. Yeah,
Browsing with staff.
it's just a little bit of a initial remake of some animated toasties. It's changed a lot since then, but yeah, reading world, players coming into the world and playing the sound and stuff.
And then is this like an integratable? Like you can hook this somewhere else and send that toast. Like you basically define the toast or notification one time, and then it goes out from there. Is that one of the features of toast?
No, it's not going out anywhere. It's just it's reading who's coming in and out of world, and it's showing a notification. Lastrom had made some other notifications that are like doing stuff from the Forge or whatever, and pretty much just looked at how he was doing offset of the UI, and then created a different system for it.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
All right. Since I already have you up here, did you have the other day? I landed on your talk with was Techno. I forgot what his name. Technocore? No, Techno.
Oh yeah, Techno path here from the other day in general.
Yeah, on follow.
Mower lawn.
What were we talking about?
Let me see. Yeah, you guys were talking about like cross world interactions and things like that. I think it was the parts that I caught were identity, like related to self-sovereign identity and basically agents being able to interact with worlds. And so super interesting stuff. If you wanted to share anything from that, I guess my one question here, I'm gonna forward what I saw here, where I saw the stage this dial, the M5 stack dial V1, and it's like a physical dial or board that you can like do stuff with. And so I'm curious how you guys ended up doing phygital stuff. Because I know Ash loves phygital.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of things. It's not necessarily trying to bring them all to the community call, but
I see.
Yeah, the knob thing was a microprocessor, so playing around with doing like real world interaction with metaverse spaces and stuff.
Yep, and then HP sharing the light switch that he made.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. HP did that like week 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was really hacking it. Super cool. Well, all right. I think I got pretty much. We talked about the performance stuff, the one draw call. There were some updates about Blender light maps in Blender, and so if you're a 3D designer and you've always wanted easy light maps to be imported or usable from Blender into Hyperfy, then you have that available. I'll post the quick. Where was this? This was MetaRick. Yeah, this was MetaRick sharing some stuff here. Looks like we worked with somebody from Needle, and so that was pretty neat that we were getting direct support with the folks from there to support better integration between the two platforms, supporting that piece there onto the stage. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Did anybody on the community want to step up, talk about anything? If not, we probably could call it a little bit short than normal since we don't have Ash kind of giving us some updates. But let me see what else there is. And let me go ahead.
No, I'll say yes, but once Ash does get back, it'd be pretty nice seeing what he's got going there. I know he dropped off with some terrains and stuff then last week, so it'd be pretty nice seeing what's coming about with all that.
Yeah. Oh, I guess one other thing here is that we got a couple things from the 3D. So I guess the 3D design was popping this last few days because we also have some shares from MetaRick, and I'll post this, which is super neat. So, and I'm sure Fractilians will love this because this is up her alley here. Being able to take text input and a reference image and output 3D objects, right? That's the dream state, that you can just describe what you want and then you get an object that is lightweight that you can actually use, import into the world. And so MetaRick shared this website, and then we got a couple more follow-on shares. And so we got quite a few tools. So if you folks are interested in like the text to 3D stuff, like pipeline, there are a couple more links that you can check out now. And let me see if there is another actual link. I think that does require a sign up though. The one that MetaRick shared might require a sign up for these guys, but definitely worth a try. I think what's wild is that in the last 6 months, when we first started this V2 stuff, that the engine, the text to 3D was pretty bad, like producing mutant giraffes. But I think we're getting really to a point where it's not going to be, it's going to actually be viable. So those are 3 links that were shared that people kind of all shared on the 3D design side. We also got Project 89, got some stuff happening. Save the date, 21st. Cool.
This Saturday coming up in a few days.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be pretty nice. Make sure y'all pop on in. We're going to be here. It's going to be an extravaganza.
Yeah, it has a Hyperfy event maybe that we could create for it, because it does have something related to Hyperfy, it seems. So I will check in.
Get with Con for sure about that, because I know he'll have a good bit of that info as well going on to it. He's been planning it. Yes, indeed.
I'm sorry, who?
Quan. Quan.
Oh,
Quan. Yep.
Yeah, I'll check in with him to get some details so we could post it. Post
an
event. I think it's fair enough that we're able to get that onto the Discord and out on the Twitter as well. X. Alrighty. Well, we're at time here, so I will let you folks go. If there's anything, remember, drop it in the general developers. If you have any questions, developers design, any stuff you want to share, you could share it on the share. And then, of course, check out the All Hypes. There's always something being posted there. You are welcome. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Dr. Doge, appreciate you jumping on and talking about the world. And definitely blew my mind the fact that you have the sun lined up based on the longitude and latitude stuff. So that was super awesome.
Yeah, thank you for having me up. Yeah, it's been pretty wild here in Hyperfy. I love it. It's pretty nice.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And we don't even have the VR fully functioning interactables, right? So
yeah, it's gonna get even crazier as time goes on. Yeah. Indeed. Thanks for having me up. Catch y'all later, gang.
Take care, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.